Today we're going to talk about a topic that for years bothered me because there wasn't a whole lot of information regarding it. And then later I found out, through study and lots of prayer, that the problem that I couldn't see what was going on was because the majority of it was hidden in symbols. So by the grace of God, we've been able to identify the symbols, and we've been able to put this story together, and it is a lot different than what we're told and what we expect. So buckle up, sit down, listen, follow the symbols. If you don't believe me, go back later and follow the symbols, and you'll see that it steers you right to this conclusion. Today we're going to talk on the sin against Noah by Ham and the curse that Noah placed on Canaan. The sin against Noah by Ham wasn't a perverted act against his father, no, but an act towards Noah's nakedness. What is his nakedness? Moses, the same scribe that penned Genesis, speaks in great detail about a person's nakedness, and it's in Leviticus 18 that we can identify the symbol. To learn the truth, we need to put the story in context, identify the symbols, and answer the questions. First, why did Ham do this? Second, what was the role of his brothers? Third, why did Canaan receive the curse and not Ham? Lastly, are there any other references in the Bible that give us a better insight? Yes, there is. And it's amazing. Once you know and understand the truth, it's easy to see. Genesis 9:1. And God blessed Noah and his sons, and said unto them, Be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. And you, be ye fruitful and multiply and bring forth abundantly in the earth and multiply therein. Genesis 9:8. And God spake unto Noah and to his sons with him, saying, And I, behold, I established my covenant with you and with your seed after you. God spoke unto Noah and his sons. He commanded that they procreate, have children, and replenish the earth. Noah and his wife are included in this commandment. Did God give them youth again? We don't know, but God would give them the strength to conceive and have children. Genesis 9:20. And Noah began to be a husband, and he planted a vineyard. And he drank of the wine, and it was drunken, and he was uncovered within his tent. He was establishing a house, eating and drinking, but not fulfilling the commandment to procreate and to replenish the earth. 22. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, and told his two brethren without. What is the nakedness of Noah? Leviticus 18:8 tells us, The nakedness of thy father's wife shalt thou not uncover. It is thy father's nakedness. Ham identified and called out to his brothers that their father was not acting on God's commandment, and that he would take his father's position with their mother. The nakedness that was uncovered is Noah's wife, and the result was Canaan. 23. And Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon their shoulders, and went backward and covered the nakedness of their father. And their faces were backward, and they saw not their father's nakedness. This is a reference to the garment as being a covering. It is the deceit against Noah that they would not tell or uncover the sin that took place between Ham and his mother. Their faces were backward, meaning that they wouldn't acknowledge the sin and address it. 24. And Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his younger son had done unto him. It's not certain how Noah found out about the deceit. Was it because he wasn't having relations with his wife and couldn't have conceived the child? Or maybe his wife told him how she conceived. We don't know. And he said, Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. Notice, the curse doesn't fall on Ham because Ham was trying to complete the commandment of God, and Noah's inaction is what led him to do what he did. 26. And he said, Blessed be the Lord God of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. Now remember this comment, it will be addressed at the end of this video. 27, and God shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. The curse is that Canaan will be less than his brothers, will not prosper over his kin, and will be a servant to his brethren. Canaan was a product of deceit and sin, and shall not prosper. Okay, so you're probably thinking, this is too crazy to be true. But wait, there's a parallel story in the Bible that receives the same curse. Your children shall not prosper. Let's go to Genesis 49. And this is Jacob passing out the blessings and curses unto his sons. Genesis 49. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, Gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days. Gather yourselves together and hear, ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel your father. Reuben, thou art my firstborn, my might, and my beginning of my strength, the excellency of dignity, and the excellency of power. Unstable as water, thou shalt not excel, because thou went up to thy father's bed, then defilest thou it. He went up to my couch. And Chronicles 1:5 restates this same curse. Now the sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, for he was the firstborn, but for as much as he defiled his father's bed, his birthright was given unto his sons of Joseph, the son of Israel. And the genealogy is not to be reckoned after the birthright. So in conclusion, so did we answer the questions via the Bible? We did. Ham sinned against his father by fathering a child that he shouldn't have. However, it was Noah's failure as a husband that led him to do it. Second, we see that Ham brought this up to his brothers before doing it, and the brothers hid the sin from their father. Third, it was Canaan that received the curse from Noah because he was the product of the sin. Noah couldn't justly curse Ham because he was acting on his father's behalf, even though it was wrong to do. Fourth, we see that Reuben sinned in a similar fashion against Jacob and received the same curse and lost his inheritance. Lastly, what became of Canaan? Several generations later, God gives all the lands of the Canaanites to the descent of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, the people of Shem, the brother of Ham. Remember Genesis 9:26. How did you like this topic, and did you learn something? If you don't agree with it, go back and review the scriptures and symbols. If you have a different understanding, post them in the comments, but make sure to detail the scriptures and the context to support your understanding. The important thing to remember is that the understanding has to be supported in the Word. Often the reference is in a symbol form, and it's always the same author of truth. God can't contradict himself.